Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Clarence. Clarence is a name that comes to us from England, although its root origins are likely Latin. It is actually taken from an English peerage title, the Duke of Clarence, traditionally given to junior members of the English/British monarchy. The first royal member to hold the title was Lionel of Antwerp, one of the younger sons of King Edward III of England who lived in the 14th century. Prince Lionel came into possession of the lands in Clare, Suffolk, through marriage to his first wife, a noblewoman of Irish-Norman descent. The town of Clare was likely named for the clear stream which ran through it, from the Latin clarus. The title has been held by various British princes since the 14th century, but it wasn't until the late 18th century when King George III created his third son William, Duke of Clarence and St. Andrews. Prince William later became King William IV of England in 1830 and was no longer stylized as the Duke of Clarence. However, it was probably he who generated interest in the name Clarence because the 19th century is really when the name came into use among English people. Personality of the boy named Clarence. The number 7 personality is deeply mystical and highly in tune with their spirituality. They operate on a different wavelength than the average Joe. Spending time alone comes easily to 7s, as it gives them time to contemplate philosophical, religious, and spiritual ideas in an effort to find real truth. 7s are wise, but often exude mystery as if they are tapped into something the rest of us don't understand. They love the outdoors and are fed by nature. 7s are constantly seeking to understand human nature, our place in the universe, and the mystery of life in general. This makes them quite artistic and poetic, but they are also keen observers with high intellect, so they are equally scientific-minded. 7s are charitable and care deeply about the human condition. Popularity of the boy named Clarence. Clarence is a name that has recently, and very quickly, fallen from fashion. It was enormously popular in the late 19th century and came into the 20th century in 18th place, 1900. Clarence maintained top 25 status all the way up to 1920 and remained on the top 100 list until 1952. It was a dominant and leading name choice for baby boys in the first half of last century. By mid-century, however, Clarence was showing signs of aging. The name really started its free-fall decline on the popularity charts in the 1990s, and poor old Clarence finally succumbed to obscurity in 2010 when he dropped off the top 1,000 list altogether. There are 2 American men who come to mind when we hear the name Clarence. One was the famous American defense attorney Clarence Darrow, 1857 to 1938, who argued for the right to teach evolution in school at the Scopes monkey trial, 1925. The second is the second African American to be appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court in 1991, Clarence Thomas, 1948 present. Quick facts on Clarence. Gender, boy. Origin, English. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, not applicable. Pronunciation, Clarentius. Simple meaning, clear, bright, luminous. Characteristics of Clarence. Eccentric, mystical, solitary, wise, intuitive, philosophical, imaginative. Cultural references to the baby name, Clarence. Popular songs on Clarence. A song by Stuart Marty, a song by Kevin Ayers, Clarence in Wonderland, Boogie for Clarence. Famous people named Clarence. Clarence Darrow, notable American attorney, civil rights activist, Clarence Seedorf, Dutch footballer, Clarence Clemens, saxophonist, member of Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, Clarence Birdseye, inventor of frozen food, Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court Justice, Clarence Brown, film director, Clarence Saunders, pioneer grocer, Clarence Gatemouth Brown, musician, Clarence Williams, jazz musician,